Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, please come. Come in with complete confidence. The main thing is I don't want any fear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no fear at all. Don't worry about mistakes. Yeah. Now introduce yourself. Clear, loud voice.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good
I
morning.
am Suchitra Padala.
Yes, Suchitra.
I
Nice
am
meeting
glad
you.
to meet you.
Glad to meet you. Please take a seat. Good.
Yes, sir.
Sit down. You have this printed.
Yes, sir.
CV is printed.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now Suchitra, first thing, point number one, when there is an interview, the interviewer, you understanding me, right? Will have your CV in front of you like this. And he will ask you questions first from the
CV.
So everything you have put in the CV, you must be sure of. You need to answer questions.
Yes, sir.
And that is the first thing you will do now.
Yes, sir.
And I will try and correct some of the things that you may have written that you may need to add or take out. Okay. So we'll start with this.
Sure, sir.
Alright, you have given your education profile here, starting with 10th standard, then intermediate, and then Kakinada, right? Yeah. 10.
Yes, sir.
10.
Yes, sir.
Good student. You've been a good student. So you got 10, 10. Why has this come down to 7.69?
Sir, actually, engineering is not my point of interest at that time. I used to have a passion towards chartered accountancy, but due to some issues in the family, I was about to join in the engineering and in the ECE stream.
Are you saying that you were forced to do engineering?
Yes, sir. But later on, I started cultivating interest towards software, and now I am here right now.
Are you happy now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now that you have taken a decision to come to engineering, you have to work now.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm going to give you one more way of answering this question. Okay. You can say that, sir, yes, I have good marks, I'm a good student, but when I came to college, there were other activities that I started to participate in. What were the other activities? Abhiyan, projects, leadership, what else?
NSS.
There you are, NSS. So there were other activities I participated in. That is why my concentration on studies went a little
down.
Remember this.
Yes, sir.
It is true, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So then, that is your. Can you answer this? No, answer this with the way I said. So we will start again. Suchitra, and sometimes the interviewer might talk a little loudly to put pressure. Don't let the confidence go down.
Yes, sir.
Suchitra, you're a good student.
Yes,
10, 10.
Yes,
Why have you come down here?
So when it comes to my engineering, I was involved into a lot of activities like leadership and NSS, and also I was a part of Toastmasters initially. So due to the involvement in lot of activities, my studies got little bit down.
What are you? This is your third year marks.
Yes,
What
sir.
are you expecting now?
Sir, now
Also you have many activities.
Yes, sir.
So again your marks will be low.
Yeah, sir, but now I have again started involving into my academics also. So as of now, until by the completion of 4.2, I am sure I will be having above 8.5 CGPAs.
Very good. But there are two other things I want to tell you that you can say. Number one, you can say, yes, sir, even today, that is a problem, but in the fourth year, the number of activities are less. Am I right or am I wrong?
Sir, actually, I was a coordinator for all the 4th years, so
okay,
it has
fine.
increased.
Okay, thank you for telling me. In which it changed the answer. Then the answer is, yes, sir. Even in this year, there are many activities. I'm coordinator for a lot of things, but one difference, sir. That time, I did not know how to balance activity and subject. Now I know how to balance. Number one. Number two, I know that I'm in the fourth year, so I have to put in there. Can you say that now?
Yes.
Talk about balance.
Okay, sir.
Then you did not know how to balance. But
No.
now you have more experience, so you know how to balance.
Sir, like when I come to final year, I came to know that how to balance academics and also extracurricular activities.
I did not know at that time.
Yeah. I don't know it when I was in the first year, since
Yes.
it was the initial stage, I was not aware of balancing my academics and extracurricular activities, and now I'm fully aware of that
Now
with 3 years experience
Yeah.
in that. So I have started balancing my academics and extracurricular activities.
Very good. You understood?
Yes.
So this is this part. If they ask, or why your marks are low. One more question. All right, you have got 7.69 in your third year. What are you expecting in the fourth year? What is your target?
So it is above 8.5 GCPA for sure.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now your marks tell me that you're a good student. Am I right? You're a
Yes,
good student. In your class, would you say that you're in the top 5, top 10, top 15, top 20? Where are you?
Top 1, sir.
Huh?
Top 1, sir.
Top 1?
Yes, sir.
Very good. In which case, Suchitra, you have a very good chance of getting an exam. Now you listen carefully to what I'm saying. I'm going to start to get a respectful job. I'm going to change this, okay?
Sure, sir.
To get a position.
Okay, sir.
To get a position in an organization where you can cultivate new skills and fully use my potential for the growth of the organization. Yes, I'm just wondering. So one word you change over here.
Sure, sir.
This section is done. You understood this, no?
Yes, sir.
How to deal with the question of marks. Good. You got projections. Tell me your role as a team leader. How many people in your team?
5, sir.
5 people. How long was the project? 1 month, 2 weeks, 1 week?
Sir, it is for 3 days.
It's for 3 days. So every day you had a meeting?
Yeah, sir. We used to work here itself in the college for the entire 3 days.
Right.
And one day is 24/7 activity. So we have stayed all along in the college itself.
Who made you the team leader?
Sir,
How did you become the team leader?
Yeah, I'm already a leader from the first year itself. So when it comes to a project, I have taken the initiative about what is the project that we need to do and what are the sources that we need to get. So based on that, everybody accepted me as a leader for that project.
Okay, now you have been team leader here, team leader here.
So it is team member in the second
Oh,
project.
second team member. So very interesting. From team leader to team member.
No, sir. As I have already mentioned, I've involved into few activities in that. And the first activity we have done in ending of second year, sir, and the second activity at ending of third year.
Okay.
So what happened is I was elected as a single point of contact for all the four final year students
Okay,
by
very good.
management.
Now I'm going to ask you a question. Why were you elected? What do you think you had? What qualities did you have that people elected you?
Management elected me, sir. The point over there is
Why did they elect you?
yeah, we used to have
Did they elect you because you're the number one student in class?
no, sir.
No. So then why?
We used to have a CR for every section, a class representative.
Yeah.
CR for every section. So when it comes to CRs, we used to have n number of activities and n number of updates that we need to give to management. So when it comes to updates,
I'm just going to correct your English because you're very good. You're a top class guy. Not a number, a number.
Okay.
We had a number of activities and a number of whatever you said.
Yeah.
Continue.
So when it comes to updates, I used to give them in time. So based on that, they have thought that she would be a good.
Okay. As a team leader, okay, for a moment, let's forget about team leader and team leader. Let's only talk about team.
Yes.
Leader or member, whichever. Working in team, what did you learn? Did you develop any skills?
Yeah, sir.
Tell me about it.
So what happened is every individual person will be having a set of skills. So for example, I may have good communication skill and the other person may have time management. They know how to manage the time well. So when we are working in a team, I came to know that. I learned some skills from them like time management and how to involve everybody into projects and how to do smart work rather than hard work. So I have learned few skills from other team members.
What are the difficult things in it?
difficult thing is like
Challenges.
Yes, in the initial position, I have segregated all the project work into subparts equally, and then I've shared them to everybody. But what happened is everybody is not everybody is not having equal potential.
Yes.
So the problem over there is maybe a few of them are not able to complete that in time.
So what do you do with them?
So I have involved into that, and I gave them motivation
You
to
could have thrown them
complete.
out.
Sir, but a leader position is like we should involve everybody into the
You don't think you should
project.
throw them out?
No, sir.
So you're not done a good job.
No, sir. No, sir. We need to involve them, and I think that a leader's responsibility is to make everybody as a leader. So we should not throw them out of that. We should motivate them.
Suchitra, I don't think I have anything to teach you. You can start teaching me now.
Sir.
Good. Okay, let's go forward. I've understood. Were you there for the session that we did on Wednesday?
Yes, sir.
For the whole session, morning and afternoon?
Yes, sir.
You were there? I want to remind you of certain models because you're at a different level, so I have to deal with you differently. There's certain models that I put on the. You were there in the afternoon when
Yes,
I
sir.
did. One model I want to remind you of is the KSA, knowledge, skills,
Skill
and
and
attitude. Knowledge is your knowledge, skills is what you can do, and attitude is who you are. I think on all three you're doing very, very well. That is number one. The second is, I do a program here called TTL.
Yes, sir.
I don't think you've done that because that is only first year.
No, sir. I have seen your videos.
Yeah, TTL 2. The idea of TTL, and I think it's very important that I tell you this because you're going for placements now, you'll be going for placements, and you're on the right track. The idea of TTL is that there are two kinds of skills you're working on. One is domain, understand domain skills,
Yes.
that's your Java,
Yes.
Python.
Technical.
The other side is additional skills. And I have identified, I think, 5 or 6 very important ones that you also need to develop. What are they? Confidence, you have that. Communication, you have that. Creativity, team working, you have that. Leadership, you have that. Creativity is what now I'm going to talk about.
Yes.
Because in the interview they may ask you. Now by creativity I mean, and listen very carefully to what I'm saying, the ability to convert your syllabus into a business application. Because the organization is not interested in your syllabus. Are they interested in your syllabus? Because they're business people. It's a business. They have to deal with customers and clients. So you will be dealing with their clients. The client will come to your company and say, I want a model for A, B, or C, a hotel or this or that or whatever, and I want your company to work out a package.
Yes.
You understood that?
Yes.
So now let's talk about the creativity. I'm going to ask you this question. You also know artificial intelligence? No. So what exactly you only doing?
Python.
Now before that, tell me about library management system. What is the value that you have added over here?
So it is actually a real problem that we have faced in our college. The library is not open all the time. So every time students used to go to library and they used to return without satisfaction.
Yeah.
Like they used to feel that the library is not open enough. So when library is open next time, will there be books for us or not? So they used to feel like that.
I'm going to rephrase the question. I'm going to ask you a question. Let's say I'm a customer. You are working for some, let's say Accenture. You got the job with Accenture. And the customer is telling Accenture that we have a library of more than 20,000 volumes. They are on management, they are on management behavior, they are on customer service, they are on sales, they are on recruitment, they are on motivation. 20,000 over, a whole lot of books. We want somebody to come and organize. Can your company help?
Yes.
Give me a model on what you will do. How will you approach it? Now you're converting this into a business model. No details, I don't want details. Just give me some idea of how you convert this.
Sir, so we'll create a web application for that. So in that web application, we will be having parts of different volumes, and that in that volumes we'll be placing different set of books that are present over.
And this will be done by the technology?
Yes, sir.
It will be able to sort out by the categories and all that?
Yes, sir. We'll use MySQL and Python, and for
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, for storing that, and also we'll be having user interface through HTML and CSS.
Yeah.
So that we can we can add people who we can manage who are accessing that and who
Yeah.
are going to
You saw the role plays they did that day? The 3 teams?
So I was part of one.
You were part of one, so you understand what I'm saying, the conversion of syllabus into application. Excellent. Okay. So I don't want to go into that. Achievements, okay. You part of Toastmaster?
Initially, but now I have came out of that.
What is this talent trust about?
So that is like it was conducted every year for Mandal level, sir. Students from every school used to participate in that. In the first level, it would be school level. In that, top 3 students will be taken out, and they will be taken to another college for having a test. Among that, from our Mandal, I got second prize in that.
Okay, now this is finished. The good things you must highlight. Highlight this, please.
Okay.
What is the same? They might even miss a seat. People who are looking at the CV, they're looking at 50 seats. Very quickly. Highlight. Bold.
Okay.
Bold. This you can. This also put in. Otherwise, what will they say? You put this in bold. You don't want us to see this. So don't. So you're trying to hide something. Put it in bold. You have your answer. So
Yes.
many activities, so many other skills I want to develop. Therefore, my concentration went down. All this should be in bold. Here, you have to tell yourself what should be in bold. You must put those things in bold that you want the interviewer to ask you. You know the knowledge. Which do you think is the biggest, the best thing?
So first one, that is why I put that in the first.
Okay, so I'm just put, yeah. Whole, whatever is really significant and achievement. Okay, forget this. This is a government or a legal thing. But you don't have to put it in a foundation. Now, I'm going to ask you some difficult questions because as I said, why should we take you? There are 10 other candidates waiting there. Why should we take you?
Sir, as a fresher, I know I do not have a lot of experience, so I can say that you can mold me into any part of your organization. So, since I am very new to
Very
that.
good. One correction. Very good. One correction.
Yes.
Not any part of the organization. There's
Yes.
a part. You go to security.
No.
Will you go to HR?
No, sir.
Will you go into marketing?
No, sir.
Will you go into finance?
No, sir.
No. So you can mold me in the way that you would like me to work.
Sure.
Start again. Why should we take you?
Sir,
That's a very good idea about mold, but in the domain. You must mention that, otherwise they will catch you and put pressure. So anyway, so we put you in charge of accounts.
Yes. So, as a fresher, since I do not have any experience in working in any other companies, you can mold me into you can mold me like the way you wanted to work in your domain knowledge.
Yeah.
So, that is an advantage of hiring me rather than all the other candidates.
Yeah. Now, there are 3 things we have to say. This is one, very good. One is, because number one, I am a subject matter graduate in your application.
Yes.
Number one. There's a matching between what I have done and what you require. That's number one. Number two, you can mold me because I am a learner. I've learned all my life, and I have an open mind. This is about attitude, knowledge, skills, and attitude. You can mold me, use the mold. And number three, to use one other thing. I'm just wondering whether you should or not. One of the very important things for companies is to hire people who will not leave 2 years later.
Yes, sure.
Because for them it's an expense. And it's a big problem. Again, you have to start. So someday you can tell them. So the other thing is that if I grow in your organization and if you're happy with my work and I find there are opportunities, I would like to make this into a long-term career. Now, the tough question will come that by long term, what do you mean? Are you saying you'll be with us for, sir, by long term, I mean 10 to 15 years at least. You say, 10 to 15 years later, you will leave us. You say, 10 to 15 years later, so many things can change. But at least, let's say 50. Let me just put it this way to you, sir, that I will not leave. I don't like changes, one to the other. So, you talk about molding, you talk about matching of what you have studied with them, and you talk about retention. I'm with you, Prabhu. This is my side. Okay.
Yes.
So, why should we take you? You covered that. I don't want to get into the other questioning, except to tell you that they may ask, do you have any questions for us? You must ask. And along with this point, when you go for the interview, you must research that.
Yes.
Because one question could be, what do you know about this? What do you know about our company? At that point, if the candidate says, sir, I'm sorry, I don't know anything, then what are you doing? So you must get into your Google or whatever it is and get to know a little bit. You don't have to know details about the company. So then the question could also be, have you got any questions for us? You must ask. What will you ask?
So like I wanted to discuss with you like that. So
Yeah, go ahead.
what happened? Sir, can we ask the interviewer like what will be the what are the present technologies that they are using so that we can learn that?
Absolutely. Damn good question. And with that question, once they answer the question, you can also ask another question, which is one level up. He said, thank you very much for that, sir. Also, I just wanted to know that technology changes so fast. How does your company manage that? That's a good question. These are good.
Sir, and I have few questions for you.
You can ask me as many questions. I'm at your service, madam. As many questions as you want. I just wanted to get through this. I think that I just want to make one or two points before I take your questions. One is that if you don't get the first job, if you may get the first job, don't be disheartened because the second, third, fourth, very few people get the. It's not. I got the fourth job. My career. First interview, Avery, India, reject. Second interview, Sri Ram Group, reject. Third interview, Dunlop Tires, reject. Fourth one. So don't get disheartened. And I think you got everything perfect. And I just want to summarize before I take your question that most important, you have to work on subject knowledge, communication, which you have, confidence, which you have, creativity, which you also have. So subject knowledge, confidence, communication, creativity.
Yes.
And the team and leader you know. So you pretty much ready for sure. And don't get nervous, nothing to fear. I like your confidence, walk straight, tell yourself I'm as good as anybody. Don't look at gender, female, gender, doesn't matter. Don't look at where you come from. You're a technocrat. You're a specialist in whatever that is.
Yes.
You know something I will never be able to. You're far better than me. I can't do these things. This is my colleagues. So you walk with confidence. If you're with a gang of friends, you walk at the front. You don't walk at the back. So when you come for the interview, your entry is absolutely robust. This is something. You've got a personality. Never ask about, sir, how much money will I get? But before I take your question, they may ask, what are you expecting? They may ask. What will be your answer?
Sir, as a fresher, like I was okay with your company standards.
What are my company standards? Be careful. See, everything you say, there's a question escalation. Then you must know. Then get into Google. In fact, somebody asked me yesterday, I think we went in. I don't know about specific company, but it said on Google, entry level salary for engineering graduates is 4.5 lakhs, roughly. Right? So you can say, the first part of your answer is very good. Sir, I will be very happy with your company's salary slab. But tell me, how much do you think it should be? If they persist with the question, they have put pressure. Say, I think it should be about 4.5. Next question, how did you come to that figure? What's your answer? I researched it. And this is my God, this girl has also researched it. Right? So I've researched it, it's about 4.5 lakhs. Second question. Alright, 4.5 lakhs is the normal entry level salary. If we give you 3.5 lakhs, will you join us? It's a pressure question.
Sir, as long as I think I can gain a lot of knowledge from your company, I think I can join for that.
Absolutely. That 1 lakh, okay, sir, because the knowledge and experience that I will get, and later on, I would like to, with my hard work, make up. If we offer you 2 lakhs,
So see you, madam.
be careful about it. Because 2 lakhs meaning you're underselling yourself. That's a trick question. Say, sir, 2 lakhs, it will be very difficult for me to accept the offer. When the average market is working at 4.5, 3.5 I take, so because of the additional knowledge I get. So, sir, 2 lakhs would be undervaluing yourself. Don't undervalue. Because then you say 50,000, you tell us. So you have your own cut-off figure, Suchitra, whatever that cut-off is. If 4.5 is the average, then you work out your cut-off, then up to 4 average, say 3.75. Or anything below 3.5, I will say, sir, this would be not valued.